Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today we're gonna make a beautiful venison bolognese. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. There's 1,000 ways to do this. I would encourage everyone to use their own recipe, twist it however they like to suit their taste. One of my subscribers expressed the desire to see more game meat recipes, and so I'm gonna oblige. Anyways, this is ground venison that I harvested this fall. It was from my deer, and I've got videos linking how I took care of that meat and other recipes as well. So I'll probably try to link some recipes for you. Always look in the, not the description box, but the comment section for video responses, because even the next day I might add video responses to that to give you a shot at looking at some other related videos. So that being said, I do hope you go to the description box and maybe go over to my Facebook page, see who I'm looking at and what I'm watching and who I'm posting and sharing, and you know, just get in the conversation. I will be using some Wild Tree products today. Does not mean you'd have to use them, but I love their Italian blend, so I am going to use that, and I'm probably going to use a little bit of the Wild Tree grapeseed oil. You can go to the link in the description box to go to my website and research grapeseed oil on your own, and maybe shop for products, get sign up as a distributor, make some extra money for Christmas. These make great Christmas gifts because this is the year for consumable items. Their products are all natural and don't have any preservatives. So that being said, you can always replace them for what you have on the shelf, and we're gonna get started. So hope you have a seat and come along with me. Come on. Okay, so I'm glad you decided to stay along, have a seat, and see how I do this. And like I said, there's 1,000 ways to make this sauce. I'm going a little bit off traditional because I'm not only diced half of a really nice onion, really fresh. I've got 5 cloves of garlic there because garlic's good for you. I've got about 3/4 of a cup of baby carrots, little organic carrots, and I chop them up real fine. They'll add a layer of sweetness to this sauce. And then I can't make a red sauce hardly without putting some kind of mushroom in there. That cremini mushrooms are so good for you. It's 100% of your vitamin D. So really, when you can sneak them in, why not? And nobody's going to care. This is primarily a meat sauce, but to me, mushrooms are so earthy and meaty that it just adds to the richness. So I'm putting it in there. And then I've got 2 packages of my home ground venison from my deer that I harvested, and I'm going to start the browning process with basil pesto grapeseed oil. This is delicious. So it'll add some basil flavor, and I'm going to season as well with the spaghetti sauce blend from Wild Tree. It's delicious, and you want to add this in the beginning so it has a chance to rehydrate and all the essential oils and all the aromatics to release along with these aromatics here. So I'm going to get over to the stove and get that going, and we'll get you started. All right, so my pot has been heating over here. I'm going to put some grapeseed oil down just so the vegetables can start the caramelization process. I don't want them to brown, but I do want them to start breaking down. And so as soon as I feel like that is hot enough, and you can see the oil kind of spreading out, and see it'll try to ripple a little bit here in a second. And I think it's hot enough. I can see a ripple. I don't know if you can, but we're going to go ahead and start throwing these vegetables down. And I can put the garlic in there with these because the other vegetables will keep it from burning, because they're going to keep it cooler. So, there you go. Something about chopping up a bunch of vegetables to go into a sauce that's really pretty satisfying. It's almost therapeutic in a way. So, and to help that process of them starting to sweat and become translucent, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt here. Fair amount of salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add pretty close to this whole package. Now this comes when you sign up to be a Wild Tree rep. You get these little sample packs. They're not for sale, but they really, I have not even used half of what I got in my package. I've given some away. We've made all kinds of stuff. And putting the spices in now, it helps for them to release any oils and really start that rehydration process. I'm probably going to end up adding that whole package, but for right now, that's what I want in here. Let me see what you can see. There you go. Coming along nicely. Okay. Doesn't take long, and then I'm going to, as soon as you can really smell that garlic, it's about time to add the meat in. Now you could take the vegetables out and brown the meat, but I don't think you have to. I'm not going to today. I'm going to go ahead and brown it right in there with that. And because I've done these so small, they're really going to just become a part of that sauce, and you're not even really going to know they're there. You're going to focus on the meat portion of this sauce. So let me start. Wow. Smells delicious. I wish you guys could come for dinner. All 4,300 of you. Okay. I think it's time to put the meat in there. And I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit because this meat's going to cool it down again. And there's probably, between the two packages, 2 pounds of meat. And really very, very lean. There's so little fat in here. You might see a couple specks here and there, but it's really lean. So we're going to let that brown, and I'll bring you back when I'm a little further along. Okay. Now we're just letting what excess steam off of this, because this is a lot of meat. And the vegetables have a lot of moisture, and so I kind of pull it back and let the moisture, you know, pull it back so the pan is bare, and it lets the moisture really evaporate. And you can see the steam over in this area, just evaporating that off. But the meat's all brown, and now I'm going to add in my red wine. And this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's my favorite. I love a full body. I like Burgundy as well. Probably 3/4 of a cup of wine. I did not measure that. But that's going to help deglaze any brown bits that are on the bottom. It's going to be delicious. So that is the beginning of this beautiful venison bolognese. Okay. So I'm going to let that kind of cook for a few. And let that wine, the alcohol cook off a little bit. By the time this is done, it'll be completely cooked off. But and then I'm going to add down some tomato paste. And I'll bring you back when I do that. Now I'm going to add in the organic tomato paste. And I'm doing a full 6-ounce can of that. And it seems like a lot, but it really isn't. When it's all said and done, it's going to be delicious. Now, depending on the acidity level of these tomatoes, will depend on whether I need to add sweetness to it. at the end or somewhere along the way. But that's why we add those sweet vegetables, the carrots, and let everything just get really, really sweet and delicious. Now, doesn't that look good? So I just kind of let this get happy together for a minute. And then I'm going to add some tomato sauce, and this will be delicious. Actually, I think I might add a jar of my home canned marinara because it is on the sweet side. So I think that's what I'll do, and we'll have a really delicious bolognese. Okay, so it's time to put our pasta sauce in, and I'm opening my jar right now. This is a 1.5-pint size jar, but it did not fill up all the way, or I didn't have it all the way full. So there's a nice seal on that. So it's probably closer to 1.25 pints or something like that. Delicious. Oh, look at that hearty meat sauce. Now I'm going to add some more. I want it thick like this, but I really want it to reduce. So I am going to add a little bit more of the. First off, rinse out this jar with some water, and then I think I would like some pasta sauce. So, or some, it's more of a spaghetti type sauce. I can't get it open. It's got a good seal on it, so we'll have to have Michael do that when he gets back. So know that we're going to put another quart of sauce, and we're going to let this simmer and become absolutely delicious. And I'm going to simmer it down and reduce it until it gets pretty close to where it is right now. I'm going to give it a taste right now, make sure I don't need to add any more spices. I used the whole packet of that Italian seasoning blend. So wow, that's delicious. I think I want absolutely wonderful. I don't know if I want anything. I'm gonna let it reduce a little bit, finish cooking off that wine, and we'll add that other sauce in, and I'll bring it back when we're a little further along. We're going to let this simmer for a couple hours. Okay, so this bolognese has had a chance to reduce, and I did add another quart of sauce. So, but you can see how thick and delicious this meat sauce is. I am going to add, just to cut the acidity, because the tomato paste and all the other elements of the tomato are a little more acidic. It still has a sweet background, but I'm going to cut it with just a little bit of cream. And we don't want to boil this any further, so we're just going to mix that in. It just adds a layer of richness to this sauce, and like I said, it cuts the acid and it makes it creamy and delicious. You don't need much, so for this big pot of sauce, it is perfect. I'm going to give it one little taste before I bring you over. I'm cooking rigatoni for this, and look how beautiful that is. I'm going to give this a little taste. Make sure we got our sauce cut correctly. Wow. Another 2 tablespoons. And then it'll be perfect, I believe. Beautiful. So I can turn this off and just let it sit. I hope you try this. I really hope that it inspires you to try a sauce like this, because they're easy, they're delicious, your house smells so inviting, and who wouldn't want this? Okay, so I'm gonna finish cooking the rigatoni al dente, and I'll plate it up for you over on the other counter. So we are at the very end of this. I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. You guys are gonna love it. And this is my husband's portion here. I would eat about that over. I'm not gonna eat that, but look how thick and rich that sauce is. And he's gonna want a lot, because those rigatoni noodles will take up that sauce. And I've got what's left of a little wedge of Parmigiani Reggiano. I'm just gonna shave that down over my microplane, right over the top. Beautiful. I'm excited I get to have a bite. What I'm gonna do, because I don't want the heavy pasta necessarily, I'm gonna cook myself a spaghetti squash. And I'll have spaghetti squash instead, and that way it's less calories, it's very healthy, and I can stay on track. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Okay, going in. Huh. Okay, I don't want to mess up the plate, it's beautiful. I'm gonna grab a piece of rigatoni, some parm, and some sauce. And there you go. Oh, wow. That is absolutely divine. Delicious. Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
You heard my husband in the background. He's watching he's watching a movie. So anyway, I'm gonna doctor this back up so he gets a beautiful plate, and we're gonna have venison bolognese over rigatoni. Okay, there we go. I hope this inspires you to step outside the box and maybe make something different. Dress up in a different outfit. I hope it inspires you to go over and check out my Facebook page, see who I'm watching, who I'm posting on Facebook, their videos, and sharing that. And maybe share this video with your friends and family. Hope as always I get a thumbs up. You go out and go check out my website, and I'll see you next time. God bless.